Good morning, good morning, good morning. It
Good
is
morning. Morning.
this Hula Hoop Chronicles. We started hula hooping what, 18 days ago?
18 days ago. Yep.
And we started having such intriguing conversation. We said, hey, why don't we share this? So good
Welcome
old
to Hula Hoop Chronicles, where we talk about it and we wonder, what do they think? We'll see.
right. So I got the timer.
We got 18 minutes.
18 minutes.
Okay.
Go. My cousin happened to think that if we drop the hula hoop, our time is supposed to restart.
Yeah.
But ain't nobody trying to hear that.
If you run track and you fall, you got to get up and start over, right?
Yep.
Right.
From where you left off, you don't start all over with the at the start line. I don't even know what this is. So yesterday we talked about is it okay for a friend in your inner circle to date someone you have dated in the past?
And when you said in the past, you mean ever in your life?
Well, excluding grade school. We're not talking about childhood crushes when you're 8 years old, anything like that.
I'm talking about everything. I'm gonna punch you in your face. No, I'm just joshing. No, but yeah, just like when you had real sincere feelings, yeah. And it was some good perspectives, boy. That was a good conversation.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of expect everybody to feel different because they're different ages, different backgrounds, different. Their reality is different. I mean, they could have been raised with a serial cheater, or you just never know why they feel the way they feel. They might just not have any confidence and just, oh well, she did good with him, so let me try it out. I feel secure. I feel safe. Who knows?
Mm-hmm. Never know what's going through people's mind. But the thing I found intriguing was like they were saying. I was, I'm always following celebrities and stuff like that. But it's just like they just so happen to have so much going on. So they said, well, if it didn't work out, it wasn't meant to be. So therefore, why would I like try to intervene or feel some kind of way? It's over. It was done. It's whatever. But if you're in my close circle, just think about the things that we probably have spoken about, things we experienced together. It just would feel weird to me.
Yeah,
I don't feel like family, friends. But this happened to me. I forgot to tell y'all about this yesterday.
What?
Yeah. I had with DJ Day. I had rekindled a friendship with this girl from high school. We had an argument about something. We both don't know what it was, but we was gonna fight at the at a football game one time. And Corey was with me, and we both don't remember what it was about, but we reconnected through Facebook or whatever, and we started like to hang out, this, that, and the other. She had talked to him before. I was like, but I that wouldn't have bothered me because I didn't know that they dated. We we wasn't friends during that time. And she wasn't really in my inner circle. But I was already talking to him.
So it was her boyfriend first.
But what you saying when you say it like that? That don't sound like God. No, it wasn't her boyfriend. They were never boyfriend, girlfriend. Okay, that's the first thing.
Okay. Yeah, but if they was goosing, it makes a difference if they have a title or if they just goosing.
It shouldn't.
I'm asking.
I didn't know. When I started talking to her, I was already talking to him when she came back into my life. And like we just started talking about who we seeing and all that kind of stuff, and boom, oh, I know him, woo, woo, woo. Oh. And I was like, oh man, I was starting to just kick him to the curb, and I probably ain't gonna say that, but I started kicking to the curb. But when it was how she came at me about it. Oh no, you just assuming that, you know, whatever the case may be. But anyway, that was yesterday's conversation.
Yeah,
So,
that was pretty intense.
It
yeah,
really,
because I was like, but so I stopped talking to her because the way she came at me, not because they had talked dated before, because I wouldn't have had no issue with like whatever, because we wasn't at that point, you know what I'm saying? But yeah,
Did she come at you crazy, or were you feeling guilty? Like, oh shoot,
no, I
oh
wasn't
snap.
guilty about because I didn't know that they talked because we wasn't friends during that time. We hadn't seen each other since high school.
And y'all what, 40 something?
Exactly.
So
And
yeah, not Jennifer. Yolanda was saying, we were speaking earlier about generational curse.
yes.
yeah.
And Yolanda was saying, thing is, a lot of people don't believe in it. Oh, you know what? We never introduced ourselves.
Oh yeah. I'm Sharia. Frugalmamaofboyz on YouTube.
Hi, I'm Yolanda.
But Yolanda said that a lot of people don't believe in generational curse. So I posed the question, what is a generational curse? I'll let Yolanda go first.
Okay, I would like to speak on generational curses. My husband that I just married recently, he doesn't believe in them. I believe wholeheartedly in them. Generational curse in the Bible, it speaks of like your mom was an alcoholic and then you grow up, you don't drink. And then as soon as you start drinking, you become an alcoholic. And then your kids become an alcoholic and you thinking it's coincidental. However, it's really a generational curse. And it's so important for us to teach our kids, hey, your dad was a drug addict. So you're more prone in your DNA to become the same thing that's in your blood. So that's why communication is so important. If your mama was a hoe, you may have hoe tendencies. So that's how I feel about generational curses. You communicate, you tell your kids what the daddy was, what you were. Don't keep secrets so they can know when these things come up in their life, they can fight them off.
So, Sherry, what's your perspective on a generational curse?
I was just saying, I was throwing it at you.
You know what? I've never just thought about it. I've heard people say it several times, but I don't know that I've ever used the terminology, oh, girl, that's just a generational curse. I mean, I've heard it to the point you think about, what does she mean? What is she saying? She's saying just because the grandmama did it, she did it, her sisters did it, it's a curse by the devil? So it's good to know what somebody considers or the definition of a generational curse.
Yeah.
Okay, so Yolanda, what's your husband's argument against it? Like, why doesn't he believe in it?
Well, I believe his issue was he's not as deep into the Bible as I am. And since we've been discussing it, he has come to realize, hey, you're right, because we see it happening every day and take it for granted. Like mental illness, someone who's functional, but they can be, they say, well, I have two personalities. And then their kids come up and they have that same thing. They may be 40 or 50 when they demonstrate these mental illness, which is two personalities, schizophrenia, but he sees it more because he is aware of it and he can identify it now. So now he's more in agreement with it.
Okay, so I have a question for you. So is it more DNA or is it more? Because, okay, so this is my thing. I believe we have generational habits. I hate to use the word curse, and I know it speaks about that in the Bible, but a curse is something somebody casts upon you, and the devil casts that upon us. But if you're Christian, you believe that when you accept God as your personal savior, then you automatically have a place in heaven. And when you believe in God, God dwells in you. So no curse can come up on me, period. It can't, nothing evil can reside in me because God is with me, to me. And so if there is a curse, it's because we observe those behaviors and habits, and there's DNA that makes us more susceptible to some creating these habits. Like me and my cousin talk all the time. We're like, girl, I'm like this, I'm like that. I was like, oh, me too, because we share DNA. And but there was a twin study. I have a degree in psychology, so I look at things probably a little bit differently. But I am a person of strong faith. And but they looked at twin studies. We did twin studies. We looked at twins that were raised apart, like never knew each other, adopted, separated. And they shared some of the same habits. So even we are all energy, we are all molecules and this, that, and the other. And of course, we're going to share some habits, and it's more, I think it's the habits and also the choices, but we can break it. Either way, I'm sorry, I know I'm going to let you speak. Because you're like,
oh, no, you're making sense to me, and I totally respect your belief. I'm, definitely a believer in Christ, but just because I'm a believer in Christ, I still live in a corrupt world.
Or reality.
Right. So just like Jesus died on the cross, bad things happened to him. He was nailed to the cross. They spit in his face. He had a season of turmoil. So we still got to face bad things. So I think that communication, in my opinion, I tell my son, look, your granny did this. Your great granny did the same thing. I have the same tendency. So be careful in this particular area. So when I'm dead and gone, he'll be like, well, my mom told me about this. So I need to pump the brakes over here in this area because I don't want this habit to overtake me. So I just believe
you can better prepare.
Yes.
Yeah. And that's good too, because when the doctor go through their evaluation, look over family history, you know what I'm saying? Some people don't even know. And that's the same thing. When you know,
that's right,
you can better plan. Exactly. It's like going on a road trip and you don't even have a map. You know what I'm saying? You just start going out.
So that would be me on a road trip with no map, because I don't read a map. It doesn't make sense to me. So if I don't have somebody in the car or we don't have navigation, we just riding. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But yeah,
that's good. I think I've been looking into like the words, like really concentrating on the words that I use. And when I think of curse, it's like a spell or something, just the word itself. Etymology, however you say it, of the word. And I want to, say it's, what? Yes, these things are true. Mental health, this, that, I'm telling you. But now that we know this, we can use this to change our habits. So it all can be dealt with if we know and we understand.
But you know what? With anything, it has to be acknowledged before it can be dealt with. It has to be a problem before you can have a solution.
Right,
and
exactly.
For people who don't believe in generational curse or generational habits, it's the same.
Yeah.
I won't even say it's the same. It's one and the same, being that it's consistency. Generational over and over and over again.
Yeah.
And Yolanda said something. She said, "It's so much hiding and no communication. Nobody want to talk about it. You got to talk about it."
Yeah.
A lot of people are not talking about a lot of stuff.
Yeah, but I think a lot of people feel like once they made it out of this situation and it's no longer them, they don't want to waddle in it. They don't want to talk about it.
Embarrassed.
Right.
But you better talk about it.
That is so true.
Because your kids can end up the same way. And now that we have the family unit or still together now, but back in our history, we were all torn apart. We didn't know what our parents were, our grandparents were. So we need to talk. We need to say, hey, look, your mama was a prostitute and I see you doing similar things that she was doing. You don't have to do that. Let me tell you what your mom did. And I see that you're headed down this same road. And that could change that person's life.
And the thing is, you're not down in the mom. You're not saying anything horribly bad about her. You're just stating the facts. Mom still can be a good person.
Yes.
However, this is what happened. I'm not taking away anything from her.
From a good place.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Coming with a good heart.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So that's my take on it.
That was phenomenal.
That's good stuff.
Yeah. How many minutes we have on this hula hooping? My abs are screaming.
Oh. How many minutes do we have to share?
3 minutes.
3 minutes.
Not bad.
You know, it's so funny though. Once you start to communicate and you get into dialogue, the time go by so fast.
Yes.
You know, initially I'm like, oh my God, 18 minutes. Yeah. It seemed like we've been on here maybe 5 minutes.
Yep.
And I learned something. About not hiding. You know what I'm saying? Because you do it so unconsciously. Like I almost broke down on my live on my starves and stretching because I started feeling things about the people who I've been close with in the past. Because teacher mom just passed, and it just broke my heart. You know, like I could just feel her pain, and even though I would never understand. I just felt it. Like I felt that. And so, yeah, I just want to share some love. Some gems and communicate because, like she said, if you don't communicate, you're going to see a perpetual cycle of the same thing.
Yeah, but you need the other family members and the other people to be open and honest and transparent communication because without that, you have nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, one last thing I would like to say about that is also with our kids, we want them to see the best of ourselves. You know, you want to portray, I'm a good parent and we know we've done wrong, but we don't like to tell them the deepest, baddest thing, the worst things about ourselves. But you could be you more than likely are doing them a favor to say, hey, look, I used to struggle in this area. Just tell them so they can know what they have inside of them. Of course, I want my son to think I'm, the best mom in the world, but mom did this or your dad did that. And it's not that I'm bad. I overcame it. That's so right. We can't be ashamed of it. The good thing is that's what I used to do or that's who I used to be.
Right.
And I feel like I got a testimony. You got a testimony. Oh, that gave me chills. Yeah, it's just what you been through.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that is true because you could be like feel ashamed, be like, oh man, but that's in the past. And this is what made me.
Yeah.
Thank you all. Thank you both for sharing.
Oh no.
Man, we're gonna have to have an after show. This is good stuff.
Yes.
On here for the after show. Hey, like this video, share this video. Hey, put your notes. How do you feel? What are generational curses? Can we overcome it?
Yeah.
Or is it not a generational curse? Is it just habits? Habits of the family, habits of the generation. Or are you gonna come with us to hula hoop? They like to talk about serious stuff. I want to know if you can hula hoop.
Yeah. Get the maps together.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have 6 seconds.
Oh, nice.
So we'll hula hoop again tonight at 7:30. But before we hula hoop, Tasharia will have scars and stretching, where she'll show you how to stretch and move those muscles around. And she did amazing. She's lost, I don't know, how much weight have you lost in 60 days?
I lost almost 30 pounds in 60 days.
Nice.
And she's doing it the right way. Consistency.
All right, yeah, ladies, that is it.
All right. Well, you guys have a good day, and I will see you this evening at 7:30. No, at 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock.
Okay. Have a good one.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye.